My name is Wilhelm Kaenders. I'm the founder, one of the co-founders and presidents of Toptica Photonics AG in Germany. We are based just outside of Munich. We are a company that has been enjoying a nice growth over the last 15 years. I am a laser physicist, so I've been working, or physicist in general, I've been working in cold atoms for my PhD. Cold atoms was a field which was not really developed, but people were fascinated by the dream of having cold atoms, laser-cooled atoms in free space and vacuum, so you can look at them with ultimate resolution for a very long period of time. But nobody could foresee that huge and the very nice development that this field has taken. I was building 10 lasers during my PhD. As you know, PhD students are not only used for making research, they're also used as workforce. I think that sort of gave me the technical edge to actually start a company based on this product, although I was not originally planning to do it. I was hired by a company that wanted to build diodes into medical equipment, but they hired the wrong guy for the wrong job, and it turned out that my idea was able to survive in a different context, which then gave me the opportunity to go in as an owner to structure this company. The former company kept some of the ownership, and jointly in this sort of interplay between an established company and a young, striving entrepreneurial approach, we were able to capture quite a bit of the market based on the growth of this laser cooling community. And then the fiber laser came in, and so step by step we've been increasing the complexity, maintaining the challenge, and if you are in a high-cost environment like Munich, I think that's a good recipe to survive. It's very demanding on the company to structure the growth, to establish various levels of responsibilities, but we still try to maintain a very family style of operation with shared responsibility and with everybody being able to address the problems that are apparent for everybody. I think that's very typical for this industry, which is very small company structured. We are blessed by the situation that the ESO is very close to our head office. So when ESO was having laser questions, they came to us very early. It was all about using high-power lasers, specifically tuned to the sodium resonance. And they shine these high-power lasers up to the sky in 100-kilometer height. They produce an artificial, they use the existing sodium layer as an artificial screen, where they can image this point-like structure that's projected from the bottom of the laser as a corrective means for their telescope. And that's been very exciting going on now since 3 years in a very intense phase where we have a production contract, and we build for the very large telescope, the VLT, we built 4 lasers plus a replacement laser that will be ready in the summer. So very exciting, it's a little bit of the holy grail of laser physics to build these lasers, and with the opportunities that we have in-house and the recent developments in fibers, that's now doable. In Germany, the distance between the research institutions, the universities and their students is not that complicated when it is about getting patents, technology, making use of the infrastructure that a university can offer. For the starting phase, that's very important. So the incubation happens within the university itself, where there's a certain space in which you can grow in until you can establish and afford these equipments yourself. I think mentality-wise that's also true for the US, but I think it's not as obvious for Japanese, Asian companies, is the openness to attract or to speak to the global market from the very first day on. I think in the laser world, to survive, you have to have a global product at a very early stage, and you need the mentality, the openness to do this. Photonics 21, they give a voice to a community without being biased by one or the other side. This has a very nice balance between academia and industrial representation. I think the community is well served if these structures are not only able to ask for support, to mandate support for the industry, but also make decisions on what they think needs to have a focus on. Because politicians, I think they need these guidelines. They're willing to give and support an industry, but they're not the ones that can make decisions on what is more important and what not. So I think it should not only be people that make money available, they should also structure decisions. They should be community decisions and priority decisions, and sometimes that seems to be lacking. In Europe we have these organizational representations at all levels. There is Photonics 21, there is EPIC, which is more on the industrial representation. Then we go down to the national level, and we even have a local level. We have a Bavarian representation that's trying to express the voice of a photonics industry. It may be a little bit too much to sustain unless the photonics industry grows as people foresee it to grow. We'd be happy to support that. Well, Toptica, I think, has been enjoying a steady growth. Particularly, we are strong scientifically rooted. We had made business plans which have been changing rapidly during the year because the market has changed. But due to the richness of approaches, we always found one market that was strong enough to carry us through and even gave us some momentum. Right now we had a very strong last quarter, so we are looking into the market very optimistically.